Fam, what's up? It's Kyle Henderson coming back with a double dip. We had a show this morning. Today is Monday, March 27th. We're going to have an evening show as well. Want to take your calls, 205-850-1994. Leading off with the topic, will Jase McClellan be Alabama's featured running back going into 2023? I think the obvious question is yes. I want to get your feedback. I was going to go live at 7, but come on, I want to talk football with you guys. Also, Caleb Downs turning heads. He's a freshman at the University of Alabama. Remember, freshmen don't play well. It looks like Caleb Downs already turning heads along with Justice Haynes. So good to see those freshmen standing out. And as you know, we're all obsessed with depth charts, but Nick Saban continues to say it's about reps. It's about the opportunities, and that's what we get during the spring season. My name is Kyle Henderson. Hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. There's a lot of content to go over as we continue to inch our way into spring football. We'll get an opportunity to hear from Nick Saban twice this week, and we'll have that coverage right here on Bama Insider. Call-in line is 205-850-1994. It's good to be back. I mean, honestly, it's good to be talking football with you guys. I like doing these call-in shows. I like talking football. I like being interactive instead of like behind the scenes. So it's good to be talking with you guys. So call into the show and let's talk some Alabama football. I know that the Alabama basketball team, fell in the Sweet 16. We can talk about that. What is your take on the basketball team, and how do you feel that season was overall? I mean, 31-6. I mean, it was an incredible run, right? I mean, there was so much news. It got topsy-turvy for a little bit. 31-6 overall, 16-2 in SEC play. Go down to SDSU, 71-64. I mean, the Aztecs were just dominant defensively inside the paint. Of course, it doesn't help when your star is only 3 of 19 from the field, 1 of 10 from behind the arc. What's up, Mike? I see you inside the comment box. I appreciate you guys joining us tonight right here on our YouTube channel. Talking Alabama spring football. We can sprinkle in a little bit of basketball if you want. And, really eager to talk about the new OC, the new DC, and who's going to be the new quarterback, right, for Alabama. I know I'm going with Jalen Milroe. I think there's a camp out there that wants to see Ty Simpson. Look, I think this springtime isn't going to necessarily solidify the quarterback position, but I think it's going to allow us to know where Alabama stands after Bryce Young. And look, those are some big shoes to fill. Whether you're Ty, whether you're Jalen, I mean, that's just, you look at the quarterbacks before these guys, right? You got Tua, you have Mac, Jalen Hurts, who just played in the Super Bowl. And now you have, Bryce Young exiting. Should be the number 1 pick in the draft. That's what Coach Saban was saying during Pro Day. We had a chance to see Bryce Young throw against his, of course, air. So, yeah, he's going to look phenomenal just throwing passes. I mean, we could go out there and look great. But the takeaway is Bryce was his ability to extend plays is just, it was amazing to see. Every single week, it was a magician back there. I love the fact that they used to call him the gingerbread man. I think that was like his freshman year or sophomore year, one of those. I'm surprised that never stuck. Anyways, call-in line is open, 205-850-1994. What's up, Brian? Coming to you from Tuscaloosa here in Florida. Love Florida. Always treated me well. As we talked about, I just saw this tweet, by the way. It came up. I'll pull it up on the screen, see if we can see it. We had some this was a good tweet. I'm all about, the community service and giving back. I like to go to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen, truth be told. And this picture just came across. This is on social media tonight. This is from the Bryant Museum. If you haven't checked out the Bryant Museum in Tuscaloosa, definitely check it out. So it says, a special thank you to Clinton Dix, Caleb Downs, Justice Haynes, Justin Jefferson, Malik Benson Jr. for coming to read to a school group we had today at the Bryant Museum. Love it, right? I mean, you talk about leadership and where it starts. We'll get to our call in just a minute. The leadership starts in Tuscaloosa when these guys are going back to the community, when these guys are reading, or doing whatever back to the community. I mean, this is what we want, right? We want these young men to contribute in all facets, not only on the football field, but right here in Tuscaloosa. So I love it. Really good shot right here. This is the Bryant Museum. Follow them on Twitter. Again, it says, special thank you to Clinton Dix, now on staff as a support role, Caleb Downs, Justice Haynes, Justin Jefferson, transfer from Georgia. Malik Benson, who was a JC transfer. We showed plenty of highlights of him. He looks phenomenal. And you can check that out on Twitter. We'll go to our first call for the evening. It's 2:05. We'll take it right now. Hey, good evening. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
What's up, Cal? Uncle Charles from Birmingham. What's happening, man?
Oh, what's up, man? I appreciate the energy, man. So, yeah, I was just kind of going over these guys back to the community. We talked basketball. Want to talk football, man. It's your show. Take it away, man.
Man, let me tell y'all something. Somewhere along the line, Alabama got away from its standard. See, it's different when a dog got teeth and he bites you. You feel the pain. But when he ain't got no teeth, you don't feel that much pain. And somewhere we lost our bite. That's all it was. We had to bring back some coaches, some old coaches from the old days, bring them back in, put some of that man in them young men, and make them go out there and do what they're supposed to do. Let me explain something. Georgia is sitting over there basking in your glory. It's all right. It's fine. But you know good and well if they would have put Alabama in the playoffs, you probably would have had to play us. And it would have been by some chance that we would have got you, and you knew that. But yet still, the committee felt the need to put TCU in there. And they did. And guess what happened? Everybody went to sleep early and went to work the next day. Why? Because the game was over in the first quarter. This is why you put people in the playoffs that deserve to be there. And Alabama deserved to be there. They deserve to be there. They only lost 2 games by a couple of points. They only, well, you know, they said, well, Texas like the guys, but they didn't get us. We went down in that old hot Texas and we beat them. And let me tell you something, that wasn't easy. All them Longhorns out there, people screaming, spitting. And well, I could have been out there in that heat. Lord knows I fall out when it's 60 degrees. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, Alabama's going to get back on their throne. You see, don't worry about it, Alabama family. We're going to get back to what we're supposed to do. The Alabama way. See, we don't want so many championships and say, how in the world can we get rid of these guys? How in the world can we stop this university from winning another championship? Well, I got the answer to that. You can't. We're coming, and we're coming for everybody. And Georgia, as long as you're around, we're thinking about you. In fact, we're dreaming about you, and we're going to get you. And that's what it is. And just like James Brown said, it's the way I like it, it's the way it is. And that's all I got to say, player. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Please call again next time. Way to start off the show. And I think, when you look at kind of that mentality, a lot of people have been talking about kind of that standard going away, right? Where was that standard of Alabama? And I think that Nick Saban, and we talked about this morning on the morning show, is that Nick Saban had to make some changes. And I think most importantly, he had to make some changes on the defensive side of the ball. And I think he gave Pete Golding, quite a run. And I felt that by Coach Saban going with, Kevin Steele, kind of that old school mentality on the defensive side of the ball. I know everybody wanted Jeremy Pruitt, right? That would have been amazing to see. And who knows? Maybe it works out somewhere down the road. But I think with Kevin Steele coming back, I think that's going to bring that hard hitting, that defensive mentality that you want. Alabama fans are accustomed to a defensive standard of perfection. And I don't think that Alabama had that the last couple seasons. And I think that was very frustrating for a lot of Alabama fans that have been with the Tide for such a long time. So I think with going with this old school mentality of Kevin Steele on the defensive side and having a young offensive mind and Tommy Rees coming in to lead this offense, to continue to evolve this offense, that's going to only make for this dynasty, this Alabama dynasty, to continue to get where they want to be. And that's at the top of the college football ranks above Georgia. You got to stop Georgia from winning 3 in a row. You got to win the SEC. You got to retake what is yours. And that's the top spot in college football. We'll go to our next caller right now. Hey, good evening. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Kyle, what's up with you, man? My name's Jay from Florence.
Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for calling in. Have you had a good Monday, first of all?
Oh yeah, yes sir. Everything been blessed. Everybody good and healthy, so I ain't got no complaints my way.
Oh, that's good, man.
Everything good your way?
Oh yeah, thank you for asking. By the way, yeah, I appreciate it. But you're right, man. If you're breathing and if you're standing up, man, things are going well for you. So go ahead, man. It's your show. Take it away.
I want to call about the coordinators. I call into a bunch of the Bama shows on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to name drop them on the show, but I call in to other shows regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been calling in before we got our hires, and I said we need to set ourselves up for the decade.
Mm-hmm.
This off season to me was probably one of the most important off seasons of all time for Nick Saban, because we got him to 2030 or 2029 or whatever, to the end of the decade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, the hires should have been set up to where the next man gonna keep falling in line. Mm-hmm. Kevin Steele, Jeremy Pruitt, we know that's what's gonna happen next. You know what I'm saying? Tommy Rees and maybe the tight end coach, or Robert Gillespie, or somebody that's already on staff. But
Mm-hmm.
I wanted our team to be set up to where the dominoes just kept falling into place instead of us going out and getting guys like Bill O'Brien. Like, I might have called into your show 2-3 years ago, Kyle. It was like, why didn't we get Bill O'Brien out of everybody? Yeah. The man did nothing for football.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete Golden, I felt like people gave him way too many excuses anyways from jump one. Mm-hmm. From the first season he coached, everybody gave him excuses. Oh, he lost his linebackers. Okay, he lost his starting linebackers, but he replaced them with 2 5-stars. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna keep giving you the same crybaby excuse, and you just keep on giving me the same bull crap result. Man, you got to do something, coach. Okay, play to your 5-star straight. Shane Lee was a run stopper. He gonna fill the middle. Mm-hmm. Well, let him do that, and you put somebody else out there that can run better than him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you gotta be a coach. It can't always just be all the players. Like that. I hate that, and I'm so glad we're gone. I feel like we're gonna get back to the physical football. We're gonna run the ball with this Tommy Rees guy. I like his tight end play. I mean, I like how he used the tight ends and the jet sweeps, which we ain't seen that in a while out of Alabama. He'd be good to get back to it. And the man takes shots down the field. He ain't gonna have 5 or 6 receivers in the same spot like Bill did. Like, our route running and route combinations, I'm looking like, goodness, man, has this man ever played NCAA? Like, come on, dude.
Let me ask you. Let's stay on the defensive side. And I appreciate you calling in tonight. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We'll get to our next caller in just a minute. As we start off Monday, March 27th, and as Alabama continues with spring football, my name is Kyle Henderson. You can hit the thumbs up on this YouTube channel. I want to ask you, from the defensive perspective, how do you feel about Kevin Steele? And do you feel like, because I said it this morning, when I look to Kevin Steele, I look to when he was at Auburn. Do you think of him in the same light? I mean, clearly he's been with Nick Saban. I think this is the 3rd time, maybe even the 4th time that he's been back in Tuscaloosa. But how do you feel about Kevin Steele and what he's bringing to Alabama? And do you think he's going to solidify bringing that defensive mentality back to the Crimson Tide?
I feel like the best man gonna play. I don't think he's gonna give you too much of a complicated scheme where guys are gonna be looking at the sideline when the ball hikes. That's gonna be covered. Hey man, this motion happened. I know what to do. You know what to do. If you don't know, if I know what you lacking at, then we already know this communication thing. All right, I know what to cover you at. Other than that, I feel like Kevin Steele gonna bring that old school funk that we need. Y'all see how that man on the videos, he ain't walking around smiling, trying to be buddy with these folks.
Yeah.
Pete, he cheesing, trying to smooth talk you and all that. Hey man, I want a football coach. That's what we getting out of Kevin Steele. Somebody that ain't trying to be your friend, that's trying to get a win out you.
Yeah.
Put you in the best position. I mean, people all for the last 3 years we've been complaining, hey man, DeMarco Hellams don't need to be playing that deep. He's not an open field tackler like that. Oh, put him down in the box so he can guard the running back. Oh, but Kevin Steele, he gonna do that. He gonna move his safety down in replace of a linebacker. Things that we've been complaining about out of this Pete Golden guy, which I never understood that in the first place. But I'm so glad he gone. Just defense and competition in the team too. I feel like it's a lot of competition in a lot of areas. I feel like this all year it's got to be a competition because we saying Ty and Jalen, but we got center competitions and things like everything every week got to be. I got to put my best foot forward to keep my spot because I know when this guy coming in that he doing his thing, which I hope that's what we get back.
Did you say your name was Jay?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir. My
appreciate.
name's
Well, Jay, thank you very much for calling in, man. I think you brought up some good points, and I want to continue the show with kind of with a lot of the focus that you hit on. To be honest, like the defensive mentality, because I think that's what Alabama fans want back in Tuscaloosa. So please call again. Save the number. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and thank you very much again, Jay, for calling in. Appreciate it, buddy.
Oh, yes, sir. Roll Tide,
Roll
y'all.
Tide to you, man. All right. That was our good buddy Jay. We got a 601 and we got a 314. We're going all over tonight. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys being with us right here on our YouTube channel. I love to do the call-in shows. I love to talk Alabama football. I was on this morning I'll be on, tomorrow morning as well. So let's kind of get that continuity back to where you guys are calling into the shows. Of course, we'll have Nick Saban twice this week and Alabama Crimson Tide football practice highlights uploaded along with Alabama player interviews. So stay tuned right here on Bama Insider. We'll take our next caller. It's a 601 and we'll take it right now. Hey, good evening. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Good evening, Kyle. I'm Jay. I'm also named Jay.
Man, we went back to back
Florida.
Jays. All right, we rolling with Jay. Where are you from, Jay?
I'm from Pensacola, but I'm a truck driver, so you keep me entertained. I appreciate you, man. You do such a great job.
Man, back to back Jays, man. Well, it's your show, man. Take it away. What you want to talk about?
I just want to talk. I feel like Kendrick Law, I feel like Kobe Prentice, and I feel like Isaiah Bond are going to be the next elite receiving group.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we have a good running back room as well. I feel like I would like to go back with Tom Reed. I feel like I would like to go back to beating people in multiple ways, as we were known for. We can beat you with special teams, defense, and offense. Running backs, or the receivers. But I feel like those three receivers would be the next elite receivers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point, and I've been hard on the wide receivers. I mean, maybe it's because I was a wide receiver back in the day or whatever. I felt like that wide receiver position, like you look to the past at Alabama and you look to those first round draft picks, and then I think that they slid backwards. Yeah, I think a little bit was on Bill O'Brien, but I just felt that the talent just wasn't there. So that's why I'm so excited about Malik Benson coming back and what he can do. But you're right. I mean, when you look to the younger guys that had repetitions last year, and I'm really upset that Aaron Anderson dipped out because I felt that he was a player that could have made an impact this coming year. But you look to the guys who are returning, and I like how Nick Saban recruits his wide receivers because you have Kendrick Law, you have Amari Niblack, but then you have guys who have that speed on the outside like Isaiah Bond, or you have Kobe Prentice, who did an incredible job last year as a freshman. So you're right. I think when you look to these guys and you look to the opportunities that they had last year as freshmen, that they're definitely going to set the bar as sophomores, super sophomores going into 2023.
I definitely agree. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Thanks for calling in.
Have a good one.
All right. That was Jay. So we went J. Now we got a 314 and a 208 inside the comment box. We'll get to those calls in just a minute. What do you guys think about the wide receiver play? You guys excited about those super sophomores coming in? Had some highlights of Malik Benson as well. I mean, I think he's ready to go. I know it's early. I mean, I think we're just all so hungry for college football because it takes so long. And then after that basketball loss, right, people are frustrated. So we turn the page to football. It's like any type of content, we're trying to eat it up. But Malik Benson doing his thing at Pro Day. This is footage right here that you're watching for the Alabama Crimson Tide from spring practice. My name is Kyle Henderson of Bama Insider and the Alabama YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. I love doing the call-in shows, so call in. Let's talk Alabama football, whatever you guys want to talk about. Honestly, you guys want to kind of vent about this basketball team, or you want to just talk about the new OC, the new DC, you want to talk about Nick Saban, it's your show. So when you call in, let's just run with it and have it a good time and talk Alabama football. We'll take our next call, a 314, starting right now. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. What's up, man? Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
This is Jay Clay, man. I'm from St. Louis.
Wait, are you serious? It's Jay?
Yep. First initial, Jay Clay.
All right, man. And where are you from? St. Louis?
Yep, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Good stuff from the Midwest, man. It's your show. Take it away.
Oh, man, I just wanted to see how you felt about, the quarterback competition and as far as the wide receiver play, how you think the offense will be this year.
I'm excited to see what Tommy Rees can do during the springtime. I know we're not going to get a ton of sample size, but I think when I watch Notre Dame play, we're all talking about that tight end game. So you kind of look to CJ Dupree coming in, Amari Niblack, guys who are going to take over at that tight end position. Regarding the quarterback play, look, those are big shoes to fill. I'm a big believer in wait until these guys actually get onto the field before we make an observation about how they played from last year going into this year. And I'll tell you why, is because one time I remember everybody hating on Mac Jones when he came in, and nobody wanted Mac Jones to be the starter. Mac Jones comes in and leads Alabama to a perfect season. So I learned to keep my mouth shut until these guys are actually playing their next physical season. I know a lot of people look to the fact that Jalen Milroe, had some turnovers. He didn't know how to slide. He did beat Texas A&M, but people don't really, they kind of just take what he's going to do, what he did last year, and put it on this year. That's not necessarily the case. And I'm not comparing Jalen Milroe to Mac Jones. I'm just saying be patient, because these guys make a lot of progression year over year. I think Ty Simpson is very capable, and I think he has the extendability and the escapability that Bryce Young has in terms of that side to side. So I'm eager to see this quarterback competition unfold, but I'm going with Jalen Milroe right now. What about you, man?
Yeah, I feel like Milroe, he's a pretty dynamic quarterback. And back to Mac Jones and the conversation with that, Mac Jones was kind of set up for success, man. I think the whole wide receiver room went first round.
Yeah.
Running back went first. I feel like Mac Jones had probably the most weapons, man. That team was loaded.
So loaded.
Probably one of the best to come through it.
Man.
But I think Milroe will win the job. I pretty much thought last year he wasn't ready to play. He thought, we didn't think he would have to play that early. So I think, he'll definitely progress this winter, spring, and, win the battle in fall camp.
You were talking about the wide receivers. I was talking about that a little bit ago too. How you feeling about that wide receiver room?
It's young, but I think the guys are ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't know if we have any. I haven't seen any transfers come in yet as far as wide receivers from other big schools, how we had last year with the 2 transfers, but I think they'll be ready for what we have right now.
So I'm pulling up. I don't know if you're actually like watching the show as we talk, but I'm pulling up a depth chart. This is from our lads. We're not supposed to talk about depth charts. Coach Saban gets mad, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's just look at the wide receiver, and we'll kind of just go through the room real quick, just for commentary. So you got Jermaine Burton. He's returning. They have him at the X. You have Ja'Cory Brooks. I think a lot of people forget about Ja'Cory Brooks, including myself. That's no disrespect, because Ja'Cory Brooks, I thought, did a really good job for Alabama. I thought he made a lot of progress. You have Kobe Prentice. He did a great job last year as a freshman. And then slotted in that second depth chart, you have Kendrick Law, Malik Benson, Isaiah Bond. Clearly, we're hearing great things about Malik Benson. So, depth charts are for whatever. But just to point it out there, those are the receivers that they have. And then the 3 deep, Shaz Preston, Emmanuel Henderson, and Jalen Hell. So just, those are the names we're working with. What do you think about Jermaine Burton or Ja'Cory Brooks?
Oh, man. I think Brooks, he put the work in. I think he'll be good this year. Then most definitely the transfer from Georgia. He'll be ready this year. It was kind of different last year. I don't think he played to mid-season.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think he got his feet wet. And, I think it'll be a better year for him, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think with Ja'Cory Brooks, I mean, to be honest, he's a crunch time player.
Yeah, I agree.
Any thoughts on while you're on any thoughts on the defensive side of the ball?
Oh man, I think the defense would be really nice this year, especially their front 7. Like that's definitely the meat and potatoes of the defense. The secondary will be good with Kool-Aid, definitely back there. But I think it'll be a good season, man. I'm thinking undefeated, honestly. We can just get to clicking on all cylinders. Can't wait to see the spring game next month.
Yeah. Well, anything else while I got you on the line, man?
That's pretty much it, man. I'm pretty. What about the tight end position? What do we have coming back with tight end?
I think when you look at the tight ends, you have C.J. Dupree who transferred from Maryland. Oh, I forgot. I always forget about Robbie Oots. I think he's nursing some sort of an injury. That's what Coach Saban said. I think he said he's going to be limited. But Robbie Oots is kind of like that H back. He's like, you get in goal line situation, Robbie Oots will kind of run you over or catch a touchdown from like 2 yards out or something like that. And then you have Amari Niblack, a guy I'm really excited about. I've been a big fan of him since he got on campus at Alabama. I think when you look to some of those tight ends who are doing things on the outside and on the inside, I think if Amari Niblack can add a little bit more weight, I think he's versatile enough to be a real mismatch, especially in red zone situations for Alabama. So that's what you have replacing Cam Latu going into this season.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Yep, cool with me, man.
And
First timer, man. I appreciate it.
Call in anytime, man. I appreciate the dialogue, and you have a strong Monday evening and start off Tuesday strong as well. See you, buddy.
You too, man.
All right, we got a 208 and a 423 inside the comment box. This is from Our Lads, by the way. You can check Our Lads out, just ourlads.com. They got the depth chart. We're not supposed to talk about the depth chart because Coach Saban gets mad. Springtime is about opportunities. It's about reps, and that's what they're doing right here for the Alabama Crimson Tide as we go into spring football. We'll take our next caller. It's a 208, and we'll start right now. Hey, good evening. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
This is Will from Savannah, Georgia.
Hey, Will. How you doing tonight?
All right, the 208 number, that's when I used to live in Boise, Idaho. So that's what that's from.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Boise. I don't know if I think if you caught my shows before, I'm from New Mexico, Santa Fe to be specific. I've lived in Tuscaloosa now for going on 6 years. Actually, quick story about Savannah. I went to Hilton Head last year and then cruised down to Savannah, and I love live oak trees. So the squares in Savannah were just unbelievable. It was just such a beautiful place. Probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. I've been a lot of places. So, I kind of envy you for living in Savannah, but you're on the show, man. So take it away, buddy.
Hey, now you just missed St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. I bet that'd be a good time.
It was last week.
All right, man.
Yeah,
so we got spring football. Where do you want to go?
Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, glad to have you back on here, man. Yeah, I missed you. But defense. No, everybody talking about offense, but offense for sure. Defense was championships.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to get back to defense.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back to some guys who's not afraid of hitting.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back to coaching those guys how to break down and deliver a tackle.
Mm-hmm.
You got these guys tackling with their arms, and just running backs now can run through your arms. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I don't know who's teaching those guys. It's just like they're pretty much in high school. No one's really teaching. And Nick Saban's supposed to be a defensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
It look like he don't know what he's talking about. The coaches are making him look really, really bad. And I was an Alabama fan when we went to Mike Shue or Mike Dulo, and everybody was playing us for homecoming. I've lived through those days. I don't want to go back. Now, whoever doing something with that offense is on the right track. When Coach Saban got there, he started from the front lines and just expanded out. If you look at the horses we bringing in for the offensive line, it looks pretty good. The future looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting those skinny guys and hoping to put weight on. But our defensive line, and I heard this guy said our defensive line front seven look good. No. It's all depends. Back then when Bo Davis was there, everybody talking about how great a coach Bo Davis was on defensive line. Yes, he was. But look what he had to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Allen, Jerry Reed.
Monsters. Yeah.
Well,
yes.
Only thing you got is Jaheim Otis.
Will, let me look at this defense right here. Okay, we're on Will from Savannah. I really like this defensive setup, at least on paper, right? I know you lose the big dog and William Anderson, be tough to replace. But when you have guys like Dallas Turner and Deontay Lawson, each of those guys, by the way, out of spring football with injuries, they'll be back, of course, for the season. But you start with the interior. You got Jaheim Otis. I think we all love Jaheim Otis, right? And the transformation that he continues to do with his body is great. Justin Ebogbe, very underrated. And I think with Justin Ebogbe, he's coming back from injury as well. You have Tim Smith. I think Tim Smith is more athletic than people give him credit for. You have Chris Broswell, 5-star. Justin Jefferson. I think we all want to see what he can contribute. He's a transfer from Georgia. Deontay Lawson, Dallas Turner. I think Dallas Turner is going to be in the NFL shortly. And then you have Kool-Aid. You have Christian Story. And then you have, I guess, Arlads is saying Caleb Downs. We're hearing good things about Caleb Downs. Wouldn't that be incredible if a freshman's able to start on this defensive side of the ball? Terrion Arnold and then Malachi Moore. So there's your defense that we're working with, Will.
Well, Christian, Tory? Hey, what have he done? I haven't even really seen him hit the field.
Yeah, he really hasn't played much, to be honest.
When Reuben Foster Kyle was first made his debut at Alabama, it was on special team. And if you hear something like thunder, that was Reuben just hit you.
Yeah, kind of getting that old school, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what can now? I watched Blackshire. When he run down there, he hit you hard, vicious. But it seemed like we're going to bring in Georgia Waste. We didn't need that linebacker, Marshall. I don't care. That's where you keep winning the recruiting battles. Why we have to get Georgia Waste? How's that looking out for us? How they working for us getting Georgia Waste? Players that can't cut it on Georgia. They're going to trickle it down to Alabama, bringing a Georgia attitude, all this stupidness. It's just like those guys we tried to get from Louisiana. I mean, it's in the water. You're either dumb, you're either a hard worker, or you're lazy. If you don't want to hit, go play soccer. They call that football. I'm worried about physicality. Get that defense, guys who want to hit. And like I said, Dante Lawson, I haven't seen Dante Lawson light up anybody yet. Mm-hmm. So people putting hope into really nothing. Dante Lawson, he looked good. He built like this.
Hey, Will, I got to jump to my next caller, but I appreciate you calling in. It is good to talk with you. I love Savannah, Georgia. We'll continue to monitor this defense. We'll continue to monitor the guys who need to be more physical and bring that back. But call again. I appreciate you. Okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. And tell those guys to quit losing weight. If you're a defensive tackle, be a defensive tackle.
All right.
Love you, Kyle.
See you, Will. All right. That's Will out from Savannah, Georgia. Kyle Henderson, BamaInsider.com. I appreciate you guys being here talking Alabama Crimson Tide football with me tonight. Monday, March 27th was on this morning. Had the backwards hat. I think I had a frontwards, backwards hats, and I dressed it up a little bit, feeling a little bit more fancy tonight. Monday, March 27th. We got player interviews tomorrow. We'll get those posted right here to our YouTube channel. You can hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. You can also hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. I run the full the YouTube channel, so all the support helps. I appreciate you guys watching and being a part of our YouTube family. We're inching closer to 90,000 subscribers right here on our YouTube channel, so that's really exciting. Believe we'll get Nick Saban twice this week. as we talked about, we covered a lot of ground. We talked about, and I labeled the video. I thought we talked more about the running backs, but maybe the running back position already solidified over here. People really excited about Caleb Downs, what he's bringing to the Alabama Crimson Tide as a true freshman. Of course, you're going to hear that freshmen don't play at Alabama. Clearly, we've seen that. Kobe Prentice, we talked about him in the wide receiver room tonight, and he just did a phenomenal job for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Again, my name is Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com. I appreciate you guys being here. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. Be back in the morning with another show as we continue to talk Alabama football. Call line is 205-850-1994 from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's so good to be back talking Alabama football with you guys, to be honest. So happy to be here. And really a lot of gratitude for all the support that we have right here on our YouTube channel. From beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Kyle Henderson of Bama Insider. We'll talk to you guys soon.